All right, let's get into this here. These are the Sunday games and the Monday nighter at some point. NFC home games. We've got, excuse me, sorry. We've got Rams. We've got Cardinals. Stafford and Murray. What are we thinking here? I've got Murray, I think, as my QB 9, and I've got Stafford way down at 19. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, interestingly enough, Stafford just has not been good for fantasy. As good as he played out earlier in the year, he's playing worse. And Kyler is he's a fantasy, just a savant. Like, he just gives you points all the time. So I have Kyler well above him. Like, there's a tier gap. I'm actually have Kyler above Herbert, so he's QB 8. I just trust Kyler too much. Like, he's fantastic for fantasy. Stafford is well below. I'm trying to find him on the list. He's 26 for me. So yeah, I really don't want Stafford, to tell the truth.
Yeah, it's sad. This is a smash matchup for him too, and we don't know. Do we know what's going on with Kupp at the moment?
He limited practice yesterday, so he might play. But
yeah, let's assume he suits up and he's not 100%. Right?
I have him in quite a few rosters, and I've been preparing for the assumption he's not playing. But
yeah,
both Kupp and Puka both practice Thursday in limited capacity. That's not great.
No.
Puka was upgraded to a full participant, but Kupp is still limited.
Yeah.
Nakua is far more likely to play at this point, and the Rams are being careful with Kupp. That sounds to me like Kupp's not going to play.
Yeah, I mean, but for the sake of argument, if we assume he's playing, it's still a concern for Stafford. We know that if he does play, he's not 100%, and it's just a problem for this offense. Kyron's coming back. Maybe that injects something into the offense, but with Higbee and Atwell kind of disappearing a lot of times, you're hyper targeting Nakua. It's pretty easy for defensive minds to figure out, even the defensive minds of the Arizona Cardinals.
So, yeah, like I don't think Stafford's hit 20 points per game, like in one game this season yet. I was just looking at stats and I was like
20.88 in 6 point.
Okay,
once.
Yeah, one time. It's been rough, man. He's been good. And then like he's regressed this later in the second half of the year. He's not playing at the same level. So
yeah,
I have his season high at 23.6 in week 5.
Yeah,
this league has points per first down, though.
Yeah. Against Philly, of course.
It was, yes. Running backs, third best matchup for what I'm assuming is Kyren Williams at this point. If it is Kyren Williams, he's an absolute smash. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, it's 23rd best matchup. Not good for James Conner. Still got to play him as an RB2. I'm interested here to see what the role of Michael Carter is. I want to bring up my rankings because I feel like I have Kyren at 15, but I haven't moved him up until I'm 100% sure he's playing. Having said that, I think I'm going to move him up now into my top 10. I know I always love to
good with it.
Give them. Yeah, I know. I don't know how good I am with it because I always hate smashing them in their first week back, especially after a lengthy IR stint. Mm-hmm. So it scares me, but I think he's probably an RB1 and Connor's an RB2. I have Connor at 21. What do you guys got?
Yeah, like I'm starting Connor over Kyren this week. Just I don't know how it's gonna work out with Kyren, but like if he gets the workload he had before, I would put him in like top 10, like you're talking about. Like it's with Charbonnet, same thing. It's just going up against a much worse defense in Arizona. Like this is the type of running back you want to fire up. So yeah, I'm firing up as Kyren as an RB2 with legit high end RB1 upside with his usage. And Connor's just solid. He's dependable. He's gonna get work. Like you can count on Connor in this game too. They're both like mid level RB2s, but I think Kyren has a much higher upside in this game.
Yeah, I expect Kyren to not to get the workload that he got in the past, but certainly to be the guy in the passing game. The question is whether or not the Rams will need to utilize it that much. But if Kupp is out, I think Kyren's an absolute smash. He's just going to be the beneficiary of some of those checkdowns when Nakua is doubled and no one else is open. So give me Kyren.
12th best matchup for the Rams, so I'm starting both Puka and Kupp if he plays. Puka's a lot higher in my rankings if Kupp doesn't play, though. That's for sure. He's probably top 8. 18th best matchup for the Cardinals. Hollywood, for me, I think is an RB, a wide receiver 3 at this point. Where do you guys have these two? What do you think of them? Or 3, I guess.
I have I have him insanely high because without Kupp, he's going to see like a 40% target share in this game. Like it's going to be absurd, probably 15 target range. Like he's going to get the volume. So if he hits, he could be a high end wide receiver.
Yeah. I have Kupp at 41 under the assumption he's either out or limited. So that's why I have Puka at 7.
Where'd you have Hollywood?
I haven't found him yet.
You said
27.
27.
27.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like 20. It's just it's really hard to fade him at a certain point, but his usage is strange the last couple of weeks with Kyler back. So that's the kind of what worries me a little bit. So I might drop him a few spots in the rankings. It's Trey McBride's offense. Like I've been saying it. Like he's the focal point of that offense. And his usage is ridiculous. So it unfortunately brings around the rest of the guys. But yeah, Kyler still supports him. So I'm all aboard the Hollywood train at like mid-range wide receiver too.
Yeah, I think Hollywood can bounce back. The question is, when will he bounce back? He's only had 4 and 5 targets the last few weeks, like you mentioned, but only connecting on 25% of those. So, that'll come back around at some point. They'll get it together. It should be this week against the Rams, but it might take up until the bye in week 14 for them to really get it together, which doesn't help you if you're already out of it.
Tight ends, 8th worst matchup for Higbee. You're not playing him anyways.
Nope.
8th best matchup for McBride, and you're starting him as probably a top 6 because, as I heard someone say, it's McBride's team. 2nd best matchup for Prater, who's been not great but decent or good matchup. So if you need to, he can be streamed. He wouldn't be my choice of targets though. Havris sick on the Rams, bad kicker, bad matchup. Well, bad performance anyways. Sit him. I would prefer to avoid both kickers. DST top 12 matchup for the Rams. It's 10th, actually. I don't want to trust that because this ranking was before Kyler came back. That's going to improve, with more games for Kyler. Middle of the pack for the Cardinals, so I'd like to avoid both DSTs here. If I had to play one, I'm probably playing the Rams, but I don't want anything to do with either of them. What do you guys think?
Yeah. It's just a better defense. We've seen Arizona, like, they're all over the place defensively. But I'll take, and since Ertz has gone down, McBride is almost a 30% target share. So FYI, it's McBride's offense.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, don't even think twice. Just put him in, lock him in. He's there for the rest of the season. Although a weird week 14 bye for them.